How to do a year of part-time travel.
So weekend trips, right?
And more. Hey kids, I'm Kamal.
I'm Selena.
And we're with the City and Beyond. In today's video, we'll be breaking down 10 steps on how we accomplish what we refer to as a year of part-time travel.
Our goal was to travel for 1 year as the full-time travelers do and not quit our jobs.
Spoilers, we succeeded. If you'd like to get a taste of what that adventure was like, we'll have a playlist for it in the description below.
Before we go on, remember to subscribe because it's free! And click the notification bell so you can get alerts when we post new videos.
Number 1, list all the months of the year, any holidays in them, and any time your job gives you off. Then also list any obligations you have with family, friends, or work.
Things like weddings, conferences, or even family vacations. Keep in mind the high and low season at your job.
Number 2, after we looked at how many days we had off, we allocated what we estimated we would need for each trip.
For example, we were gonna have our honeymoon to New Zealand in January 2020, but instead we did it in December 2019. This is because my department at work is closed for 1 full week during the holiday season. Our holiday closure, you can either take it paid or unpaid, and of course I decided to take it paid, so I used 5 vacation days during that time. To do 5 vacation days during that week and then another 5 for our New Zealand honeymoon would mean I would use 10 days within 2 months. So instead, we just moved the honeymoon from January to December, and then I got to use the 5 and save 5.
Number 3, we listed all the places we wanted to visit, everything from domestic to international.
And then we put a star on each of the ones that were really important to each of us.
For example, we know that Canada is a must at least once a year.
And then any of the other places that you have listed that you don't really know which month you want to put it under, just list them below everything else. Step number 4, you need to decide how many times you want to stay in your country or leave it. So that includes your city, states, parish, country, county, whatever it is. Decide how many times you want to do that. Stay in or out.
Number 5, look into the best time to visit that destination.
For example, New Zealand's summer is during January and December.
You should also figure out whether you want to join or avoid festivities and experiences like the Hot Air Balloon Festival in New Mexico in October. Obviously, this is going to bring in more people. Sometimes you want to join in the crowd, sometimes you want to avoid the crowd. The answer is up to you.
Quick note, the template that we use for the rest of the steps is linked in the description below. It's fairly easy to use. You can use it to plan for a whole year of travel or just for a couple of trips.
Number 6, estimate how much money you're going to need per trip.
And then the total amount will actually help you to figure out how much you'll need to add to your income potentially. Like for us, we figured out that we need more side hustle money and exactly how much we're aiming for.
In a future video, we'll break down how much our year of travel actually ended up costing.
Number 7, now for the fun part. Start adding dates to your trips. Add the dates that you definitively know are going to happen because they're locked in. Which brings us to our next point.
Number 8, mark how many vacations you're going to need for each month for each trip.
For example, in January 2018, we knew we would need 0 days for the weekend of MLK weekend, regardless of the destination. We knew that we wanted to leave from the Friday and stay there till the Monday because that would give us the most bang for our buck. Hopefully, or we were hoping that we could leave at least really early from work so we can have an extra night, making our trip 4 nights and 3 days.
Whereas in May of that same year, we went to Toronto. We used 1 day because we left Thursday after work, we flew to Buffalo, stayed in Niagara Falls, and then drove up to Toronto Friday morning. So we used Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and came home on that same Sunday.
Number 9, you don't have to assign a destination to every single month right away.
You should look at it as 4 different quarters as opposed to 1 year. 1 year can be a little bit overwhelming. And besides, things come up that might change your plans. For instance, Selena and I both had work trips throughout the year. She had 2, I had 1, and it's not the norm for us, but our jobs needed us to go somewhere, and anything can happen in between that.
And now for the part we've all been waiting for. Step number 10. Start booking your accommodations, transportation, and flights. If you need help with booking your flights, we have a video with 4 apps that we use to book our travel.
If you're booking experiences or events more than 3 months in advance, be sure to check their cancellation policy. Most of them probably have a 30-day money-back guarantee, but sometimes once you give them the money, that's the end of it.
And that will be all for us today. Hopefully this encouraged you to do a year of part-time travel.
And if it didn't, I hope this helps you look through the lens of maximizing your vacation days. And we'll see you next week with more tips and travel adventures.
Bye.
So it's for everybody. We're all inclusive. All right, ready?
Yeah. And now the fun part. Start adding dates to your trip.